Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome back to episode 5 of our series, Things to Keep Private in Islam. I'm your girl Khadija, and today we're going to be diving into a sensitive but vital topic. It's about marital intimacy and why it must remain private in Islam. Um, Personally, I'm single, so I don't really know much about this, like on a personal level. So, for those who are married, please feel free to input your thoughts and comments below in the comment section, and share this with other people who are married as well. Also, remember that this is a community that is encouraging people to go and look up information for themselves and to learn more about Allah and learn more about his teachings. So yeah, make sure that you keep that in mind. But yeah, let's get into it. So marriage in Islam is a sacred bond. It's a relationship that's built on trust, respect, and love. And Allah has made this relationship a source of peace and comfort. And one of its most cherished aspects is the private nature of intimacy between husband and wife, right? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The most wicked among the people in the eyes of Allah on the day of judgment is the man who goes to his wife and she comes to him, and then he just shares her secrets," right? This hadith emphasizes the gravity of exposing intimate details. It's like a betrayal of trust, and it violates sacredcy um, of the marriage, of the relationship. So in the modern world, oversharing is normalized, and that's something that I personally need to work on. Is something that all of us need to work on typically, right? Whether it's through social media or just casual conversation with our friends, family, and loved ones. But as Muslims, as believers, we're reminded that some matters are sacred and deserve to remain between the people involved, especially matters as intimate as marriage. I just wanted that to sink in for you guys. But when a spouse shares a private moment publicly, it can lead to several harmful consequences, right? The first thing is breaking the trust, right? The bond of marriage thrives on trust. If you don't have trust, there's nothing. Like breaking that trust can damage the relationship completely. And then the second thing is inviting judgment, because when you're sharing personal matters with others, it can expose your relationship to unnecessary scrutiny and gossip, right? And we all know how people love to gossip. Um, the third thing is the most important thing. Above all, it displeases Allah, as this act goes against guidance of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, and it goes against what Allah warns us about. So, how can we honor this trust when if you are someone that is married? Um, these are the ways that it's revealed to us how we could honor this trust, right? There's three ways. So the first thing is to guard your words. Be mindful of your conversation, even among close friends. Avoid discussing intimate details about your spouse, right? Because your relationship between you and your husband or between you and your wife is just that. It's between you and the other person and Allah. There's no other parties, so keep it as such. The second thing is to set boundaries. If someone asks you an intrusive question or just something that's none of their business, leave it as such. It's okay to kindly but firmly say, "I prefer to keep things private." That's it. If they do not respect your wish to keep it private, then maybe you should reconsider who you allow to be in your life. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. But you want people who respect those boundaries to be in your life, right? And third, the last thing is to seek help wisely. If you're facing a challenge in your marriage, seek an advice from a trusted, qualified counselor or Islamic scholar, someone who respects confidentiality. Don't, and this is for the females, some guys do this as well, but mainly for the females. Like, I feel like we have this like this tendency to just feel like, oh, when we're having issues, and like I said, I'm not married, but this is like what I've observed from people who are married. Um, when there's some kind of issue that's going on in the relationship, you feel like you have to tell your friends and you have to like try to get their advice. First of all, why are you getting advice from people that aren't married? Second of all, why are you getting advice from other people who has no expertise on what you're asking them about? Because at the end of the day, what they're going to do is only give you their opinions with no backing behind it. So it's best if you get advice from someone that's trusted, like a qualified counselor or an Islamic scholar, because they will respect that confidentiality. You don't have to worry about them going and telling another friend about it or telling a family member or anything along those lines. And you know that the advice that they're giving you is going to be one that is more wholesome, more divinely guided, inshallah. But let's wrap things up, right? So, hmm, intimacy within a marriage is a gift and it's a blessing, but it's also a responsibility. By keeping it private, we honor the trust of our spouses, we strengthen our relationships, and most importantly, we please Allah. So, thank you for tuning in to today's episodes of Things to Keep Private in Islam. Let's strive together to preserve the sacredcy of our relationships and live by the beautiful teachings of our deen. Until next time, may Allah bless you and guide you always. And Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe.